Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking. Does anyone remember AFMAO's 2017 series Ultra Nova? Well, in case you don't, Ultra Nova was a series that lasted for only one season actually, that experimented with some new Minecraft models, making the characters look somewhat more, let's just say, anime. Nowadays I kind of call them like a bit of a combination between gacha and Minecraft. It's almost like there's a meeting in between there, whereas at the time they were compared to something the likes of Roblox. If anything, I feel like Ultra Nova is criminally underrated in terms of AFMAO's series. You know, she was talking about renewing Minor Demons for a second season, but in between Ultra Nova, Dreams of Astoria, all those other shows, they don't get as much attention anymore as they really should. And I haven't really seen like much in terms of like appreciation for this show anymore. The only time it was really mentioned is when a blink of an eye became part of like a Beat Saber thing. I could be wrong, I don't look up AFMAO fan videos from fellow fans. I mainly just limit myself to my own, so I could be horribly mistaken here, but for the vast majority of people, I don't see any Ultra Nova stuff. So honestly, I thought to myself that I should watch it on AFMAO Thursday, and then that concocted a bit of an idea for me. I started thinking of all these hypothetical scenarios where the characters were vastly different, or there was just some sort of joke attached to them, or indeed both. Which led me to the creation of Ultra Nova Abridged. So far, one episode of this series has been written, and I am making this video right now, which is private, and it can only be seen by ButterCorps members, to ask people to star in it. So yes, this is a casting call for, I guess, an audition really, but I mean there's probably enough parts eventually to go around for everyone. But yeah, I guess audition for the characters in Ultra Nova Abridged. They are the same characters as in Ultra Nova Normal, but slightly different. They're the same, but they're also not the same. So I guess I'll just go through in detail and you'll see which characters you think are more suited to you. That is if you're interested to begin with. Alright, so the first one is Nash Mayra, obviously, you know, the big main character. So Nash Mayra obviously has a lot of lines in this episode, like she dominates this script. Much more so than the original, because in the original she's very receptive and is a passive protagonist for the most part, but has a drive to become a more active one. This Nash Mayra is a lot crazier and a bit of a dictator. That's the joke. So for this part, I would need someone who's able to act really cutesy and sound very young, but at the same time have a bit of a dark edge to them that can be played up for comedic effect. Next up is Ray. Ray has a lot of lines as well in this episode, but only this episode. He only appears for this one. So if you're thinking maybe you want to try this out to see what you like, but let's see if you like it or you don't, or maybe you want to have a different character in Ultra Nova that hasn't appeared in the first episode yet, then I guess Ray is kind of the character for you. Because you'll get a lot of screen time in this episode versus none at all in the other ones, unless you go for a different character. And Ray in this one is kind of the same as usual, but he's reacting to a very different daughter of his, and he ends up much worse for it. He has a bit of an edge of sass to him sometimes when he knows that he can get away with it slightly, and then there's like layers of caring father like embedded underneath it. So yeah, I guess thank you AFMAO for providing me these characters that I can make more complex than they already were. Then I have 3 auditions in one, judges 1, 2, and 3. They have no distinction between themselves. Judges 1 and 2 are female, Judge 3 is male, and Judge 3 I would like to, if somebody can do this, to please do your best imitation of Simon Cowell, because that is very much what I'm going for here, that this is Simon Cowell Ultra Nova Edition. Not a very huge part, so you don't have to do it for very long. They just appear for one scene and are promptly unfortunately left to their own devices, and then you'll probably be used in flashbacks or something in future episodes. Then, of course, we have the Nana, or Ariana, actually, apparently she's called. This person obviously has a Spanish accent, hopefully would be able to speak some Spanish. I know that narrows it down considerably, but there are a lot of Spanish lines in here that I had to, like, embed. Because if I'm going to embellish what's already there, then I have to, like, draw from this character, even though she doesn't have that much presence, not as much as in the original, because I tried to cut out, like, bits that I knew I couldn't get away with, like the bustier, for example. Yeah, that's not in the episode. Thank goodness for that. Next up, we have the newsreaders. So there's a male and female. So the male is Hugo, who I've named Hugo Brezhnev. I have given him a Russian accent or Eastern European of some non-distinct description accent. So if you can, speak like this, then you can play Hugo Brezhnev. Great presenter. He is wonderful, I tell you this. Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah. And to anyone who thinks that that's offensive, I mean, come on, it's an abridged series. No one actually cares. No one takes anything seriously. That's the point. Anyway, the other one is just Shannon, and Shannon is, well, Shannon. And then last but not least, they have, forgot to put him on the casting list actually, the announcer student, who was voiced by Mitsan in the original actually, but he only has a couple of lines here and there, but so if you want a really, really small part, then go for that one. And Nona, of course. Nona, I forgot in the original edit. So Nona is, of course, the star tuber turned movie star that Nash Mehra admires above everyone else, and basically just kind of shapes Nash Mehra's character, although in this case maybe her character was already a bit shaped by external factors. But yes, Nona, of course, I would need someone for this part who can be very positive, whimsical, and inspirational, and they can come across that way on camera. So basically someone who's a bit like Aphmau, really. That should explain a lot. And of course, if anyone gets a part in this episode, I will consider them for different roles in the future. It's not like you get one part, you're stuck with it. I may even give one person multiple roles if I think they're suited for more than one character. The last character is Prince Justin, or as I've put him in the script as PJ. So, of course, he is the one, he is the, I guess he's a sophomore pretending to be a freshman in this instance. He never gets round to showing off his charisma in this episode because the change that I've made to Nash Mehra makes it so that he is very much afraid of her in this instance. So he'll be played more for laughs in this episode more than his other appeal, let's say. But that will become a factor in the future, so that's something that I am going to consider. And no, I'm not going to ask you to make me swoon in the audition. That would be too much. I know people are thinking that because that's what Jess did, but no. I am not going to do that. So I think that's all the characters actually. I guess I'll put a link to the script in this video, but also when I put this on Discord, I will link the script to people who are interested as well. So yeah, if people want to take part in this, then I would greatly appreciate it, because this is, I've always wanted to do an abridged series, and this kind of came to my mind very recently, and it is an underrated show. So, you know, I kind of want to prove, even though if anyone's going to see it, because it's my channel, that at least someone is, you know, still caring about this series and is trying to like evolve it into something else. I saw a quote from MatPat actually recently from one of his videos where he says, oh wait no, it's from Doug Walker, sorry, wrong person. I saw a quote from Doug Walker in one of his videos that he says that that's what a great form of art should do, is constantly be evolved, and you know, I do consider Ultra Nova to be a great form of art, and I'm trying to evolve it into something not necessarily better, but something different. And something that I hope is incredibly funny. But I can't judge that for myself, that will be up to all of you. So yeah, if you want to audition, then please let me know. Auditions will be on Saturday at a certain time. I'll probably do people individually, so I won't necessarily call you for a certain time slot if you're not there. Bear in mind that I am doing episode 10 of Mutant Girl recordings the day before that, so yeah, pretty busy, I guess. But seriously, this project here is not a serious one. It's just, I mean, it's an abridged series, so play it for laughs. You know, that's what you can do. You can get away with a lot more. But so yeah, hopefully this will be a bit more fun. So yeah, I guess let me know if you want to audition, and please do consider auditioning. And until next time, farewell.